The Hunter Node battery operated clock is a great little clock for those areas where you can't get electrical or you're adding an extra zone or something like that. Now, there's a huge instruction book that comes with it, but in this video, I'll show you how to program and run and a special feature that you might not know about. So let's get to it. So here we go. This is the Hunter Node. This is a 1 zone, but you can get 2, 4, and 6 zones for this battery operated clock. You can connect solar panel, which we'll talk about later, and also sensors, rain and click sensors. Now it does require a DC latching solenoid, which is this guy right here. Hunter does make a Bluetooth option, which we'll talk about the pros and cons of that later. All right, so let's open up this box here, pull out the instruction manual, which is huge. And you also have, in addition to the clock here, some mounting brackets that you can screw onto the side of the valve box, or you can mount them on the solenoid itself. But this is the clock here. You've got your yellow sensor wires, and then you've got the red and black connections for the DC latching solenoids. On the back of the clock, you can see a quick reference guide, which is pretty handy. But let's open this up and I'll show you the batteries that go inside here. Now, on this clock, you use 2 9-volt batteries. These last at least a season, but I'd recommend replacing them every spring just to make sure. Now, when you go to seal it back up, there is an O-ring that keeps it nice and waterproof. So here's the basic layout on the clock. You've got your back button, your forward button, your plus button, your minus button, your enter button, and also your program button. So let's check out the solenoid here. Now this is a DC latching solenoid. It threads in the same way as a regular solenoid does. You do have to remove the one that comes with it. Now they are brand specific. So Hunter needs a Hunter, Irritrol needs an Irritrol, Rainbird needs a Rainbird. So they are brand specific. Now I've already connected these with these silicone filled wire splice nuts. These are fantastic. I use these all the time, never have a problem with them. And while the DC latching solenoids are brand specific, the clocks are not. You can use a Hunter clock on a Rainbird valve and vice versa. All right, so when you take the cover off, you'll see that the screen is typically blank. So if you press and hold the middle button, it'll show the time and the battery life. So to go through the menu, you just push the center button here, the enter, and it scrolls through all of the different options you have here. So to start with programming the time, push the button. We change the year with the plus going up to 2025, which it is 2025 right here. So now to go to the month, we push the arrow button on the right and add the month, which it's May, then go over to the date, which today is the 21st. And then we want to do the time, and it is not AM, so we go to PM and select 12. It is 6. Okay, so now we're done with date and time. We can go to the next option. This is program A. This is start time. See the clock over here, so now it's off. We want to change this. So we want this to run. We're going to do this at 4 in the morning. So we just press and hold this button. If you go past it, you can just go backwards. Okay. So now we've got 4 a.m. We can add a second start time if we want, which we only want one right now. You can actually do 4 start times on one program. Now, if you wanted to run another program, push the program button over here, and it changes the program. But we don't need that, so we're just going to do one program there. So now this is the zone 1. This is the runtime. You can see the little logo over here. We want this to run for an hour because this is a drip zone and it's got some good horticulture on it, so we're going to let it run for an hour. Okay, so go to the next, which is the days of the week, plus and minus to take them off, and we'll just get it going 3 days a week right now. So we got Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Advance. This is a seasonal adjust. We can adjust it up or we can adjust it down, but we're just going to leave it at 100%. Then you go to off. This will turn the clock off if you leave it there. Now we know that this is off. But if we want it to run, we push it again so we see the time and the day here. Now this is all set to go. So we got that all done. But let's say you want to run this zone manually. What do? So you press and hold this play button. I like to call it on the right here. Just press and hold that. It will start blinking and then it'll do a countdown. And you can hear that click. That means it's running manually right now. Now we're just checking the drip. There we go. Working really good. So if you want to turn the system off when it's running manually, press and hold that. You can see how much time is left. So scroll through the menu until you get to the off option. And there you go. You heard it click. Now we want it to go back to automatic. Push that one more time. And there we go. You're all set. Sometimes when programming these clocks, you can get lost in the menus and don't know where you are and you need to reset the whole thing. So you can do that from the idle mode. So press and hold the negative, the right arrow, and the program keys all at the same time. Hold them down for over 2 seconds. The 12 o'clock will flash on display and release the keys. Then you'll have a countdown from 10 to 1 and your controller's all reset. So let's quickly talk about the Bluetooth option. You can get the node into Bluetooth. You can be up to 50 feet away. You can do cycle and soak, but honestly, if you're going to be 50 feet away, it's a battery operated clock. For the price and the options available and what you can do, I'd go with the standard node. Regarding the solar panel option for this Hunter node, it's a great option and the technology is really cool. It's a really nice feature. But if cost is the issue, these solar panels range from about $150 to $200. So they're really nice. They're a little pricey for that option, and the technology is awesome. But if you were to use 9-volt batteries, you could replace them every single year for about 15 to 20 years before you broke even on the price of the solar panel. But if you're interested in more solar technology for landscaping, add a comment below. Here's a screenshot of some of the troubleshooting things that can happen with the Hunter node from the manual. So you can pause it here, take a look at it. Hopefully this helps. If you have any other questions, drop some comments down below and I'll see if I can help you out. Well, I hope this video has been helpful, and if you like it, let me know. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next one, and until then, let's get back to work.